Hello everyone, welcome to Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. I'm back here with an arrow Sudoku created by Akash Doulani. This Sudoku has again been taken from the World of Sudoku, and I'm saying again because my previous video was on Akash Sudoku, a classic Sudoku. So this is an amazing arrow Sudoku. I think it ranks among the best I've ever solved in terms of logic. It is a very tough Sudoku, so if you're planning to give it a go and then solve it instantly, then this is not the Sudoku. This will take some time, but it's an amazing Sudoku. The deductions are simply superb, and to force a unique solution just with arrows and no clues is in itself really a feat. So the link to solve this Sudoku is in the description of the video. I have solved this Sudoku already, and I'm going to take you through the exact solve path. And if you have been enjoying our videos, please do remember to hit the subscribe button and leave a like under the video. So let's start the Sudoku now. Classic rules apply. So each row, each column and 3 by 3 box in the grid has digits 1 to 9 without any repetitions. So apart from that, arrow Sudoku rules apply. So you can see that there are some arrow shapes in the grid, right? That wasn't right. For each arrow, the digit in the circle will be the sum of the digits along the arrow stem. And the rules state that digits may repeat along an arrow. So for instance, you can have a 3 here and a 3 here, right? As long as the classic rules are not violated. So this is a perfectly valid scenario. Right, now let's start the Sudoku. So my first thing when I solved the Sudoku was write the minimum possible value in each of these big arrows, you can say. But that wasn't leading me to anywhere. So let's do that anyway. So because that's the first one of the basic steps that people used to do is like look at the bigger arrows and try to write the minimum sum. So look at this cell, you can see that this is having a minimum sum of 3 here and a minimum sum of 3 here. So this would be 6, 7, 8, 9. And this arrow is exactly opposite of that. So this is similar, 1, 2 and 1, 2. So 6, 7, 8 and 9. However, when you look at the other arrows, you instantly see that there is not much of a room to play with. Right? For example, if you see this arrow, this can be 1, 2 and this can be 1. So this can be as low as 4. Right? So if you do that, this arrow will also behave in the same way and you're absolutely going nowhere. So when you see such kind of arrow Sudokus, you can be rest assured that there is some kind of sum logic or global logic. Now what is sum logic? So you have to combine the arrows in a way that the minimum possible sum along the arrow stems will be equal to the maximum possible sum of the arrow circles. So what I mean by that is consider these 3 arrows together. So you can see that the minimum sum is going to be, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, which is equal to 15. Let me highlight those in pink. And 1 plus 2 here, which is 15 plus 2, which is 18. Again, 3 here, 18 plus 3, 21. And a minimum 1 here, so 22. So you can see that these 3 circles will at least sum up to 22, right? Because I've taken the absolute minimum of all the arrow stems in all the boxes, right? There is no confusion here. So minimum, it would be 22. So you can deduce that there has to be a 9 here. But again, 22 and the maximum possible sum in this arrow is going to be 24. 7 plus 8 plus 9. So again, you have 2 degrees of freedom there. So not much again to play with. So this got me thinking again. So can we take this global logic a bit further? And then I hit upon an absolutely amazing step, guys. Really, really well thought out by the author. Let's do the same thing on these 3 circles. These are also in the same box. So you can see that you have minimum 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Let's use a different color, maybe green. Again 1, 2, so 18. Again 1, 2, 3, again 21. So again you have 22 here. So you can also see that 9 is in one of these three circles because the sum of the greens is equal to 22. Now, if you add the pinks and the greens together, 22 plus 22 is equal to 44. So that is not giving rise to an interesting sum. But do we need to add that way? It doesn't simply work that way, right? Because look at this guy. We consider the minimum sum of this as 1 plus 2. We consider the minimum sum of this as 1 plus 2. But that can never be possible because these are all 4 distinct digits and present in the same box. So you can see that 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to 10. But when we considered the minimum possible sums, we took 1, 2, 1, 2, which was equal to 6. Now the difference between 6 and 10 is exactly 4, right? So which means the 44 total becomes 48. What an amazing piece of logic, guys. What an amazing piece of logic. So if what I explained is kind of difficult to see, you can simply add the minimum sum in all the boxes. So let's do that. For example, this would be 15. Let me write 15 here. This would be 3. Let's put a 3 here. This would be minimum, how much is it? 1. And this will be minimum 10. I'm basically adding all the pinks and the greens. And this will be equal to minimum 15. Let's put a 15 here. This will be minimum equal to 3. Let's put a 3 here. This is minimum 1. Now add all these together. 3 plus 15 is 18. 18 plus 1 is 19. 19 plus 10, 29. 29 plus 15 is equal to 44. 44 plus 1, 45. And 45 plus 3 is exactly equal to 48. And that's the minimum possible sum you can get from all these arrows. So, and which is also coincidentally equal to the maximum possible sum that you can get from these circles. 789 and 789, which is equal to 48. What an amazing global piece of logic. Now again, I've seen this kind of logic previously in some of Sudokus, but not as extravagantly as this. You mean combining basically all the circles in the grid except perhaps these three. But still, it's an impressive feat from the author. So let's write all these inside. These are going to be 7, 8, and 9. Let's put that in. So we got a 24, and let's remove these totals now. Okay, so still the Sudoku hasn't become easy or anything, but we do know that everything has to be absolute minimum. So this will be 1 and 2. This is absolute minimum 1. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Let's put that in. No 1 here. And this is absolute minimum, so 1. So no 1 here. This is absolute minimum 1, 2. And these will all be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right? And now let's continue. So 1, 2 gets resolved. This is 1, this is 2. And similarly, this 1, 2 gets resolved. 1, 2. So let's now do some tidying stuff. 1 gets removed here, 2 gets removed here, 2 is not here, 1 is not here because of this. Right. Now let's think a bit here. Okay, look at these two arrows. They become suddenly interesting because of all these pencil marks. So what is the minimum possible digit that can go here? That is a 6. And the minimum possible digit that can go here is a 2. So 6 plus 2 is at least 8. So it can be 8 or a 9. And similarly, the maximum possible digit that can go here is 7. And this will be maximum 3. Just 1 degree of freedom. Right? So this will be 6 or 7. And this will be 2 or a 3. Now let's do the same thing here. In this arrow. This can be maximum 6, right? Because of this 7, 8, 9 triplet in the box, this can only take a maximum of 6. And look at this arrow now. This is minimum 3 and this is minimum 2 because of this. So it will at least be 5. So again, we have just 1 degree of freedom. So which means this can be 3 or 4 and this can be 2 or a 3, right? So we got that. Okay. So at this point, you can see that literally every arrow and every arrow circle is pencil marked. Maybe not this one, but almost everything is pencil marked. So let's do this as well. Minimum sum of this is going to be 7, right? 3 plus 4 is at least 7. 7, 8, 9. So here comes the big moment of pass, right? You have to think here. So what can we do at this point? You can see that there is not much. You can basically, let's say, play around with the arrows a bit, but it's not going to give us much. At this point, look at these. Look at this row 5. It's very constrained. There are so many digits and markings. Now, if you see where the 7, 8, and 9 goes in row 5, 7, 8, 9 cannot be in these two cells because there is already a triplet here. There is one 7, 8, 9 here. Now there are just two other cells left for the 7, 8, 9 triplet. So we get a beautiful triplet in row 5. Excellent, right? Really gorgeous to look at. What a triplet. Now what does this do? It basically shows that 6 in row 5 has to be in one of these two cells. And that means this has to be a 5. Excellent, guys. What an amazing step. Beautiful. Now this is forced. This is minimum, absolutely minimum 3, and this is absolutely minimum 2. Okay, so let's remove all these 2's here. Okay, and 5. So let's remove the 5's here. All right. Okay. Now let's do the same thing, basically the same idea along column 5. Where did the 7, 8, 9 go in column 5? You can't have 7, 8, 9 in these two cells, right? Because we already have a triplet here. There is one 7, 8, 9 here. The other has to be here in this cell. Let's remove these colors. Okay. So now that gives rise to basically the same deduction. 6 must be in one of these two cells. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these would be 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. So we are more or less where we want to be at this point. So let's think a bit here. Right. The next thing to realize about the Sudoku is we know that the minimum sum in the pings, right, was 22, which we did at the start. When we consider it as a separate thing apart from the greens, the minimum sum which we deduced from the pings was 22. And similar thing can be said of the greens. The minimum thing that can be taken from the greens was a 22 again. But we know that these add up to 24 plus 24, right? So if you have a 24 here, somewhere in these pings that the total is increased by 2, right? Because that's how you get 22 to 24. But you can see that box 3 has absolute minimum 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Box 1 has absolute minimum 1 and 2. And box 4 has also absolute minimum 1. So which means these two cells must increase by 2 from their minimum sum. I hope I'm making sense here. Let me put it this way. Pings add to a minimum of 22, which we deduce at the start. Circles add up to 24, and which means we need an increase of 2 somewhere, right? And these entities are absolutely taking minimum, so there is no increase of 2. So this is the area which can get an increase of 2. So which means these will not be 3. 1 plus 2 is minimum 3. So they would have to add up to a 5. So it's either 1 plus 4 or 2 plus 3. So which means the moment this becomes 5, we know that these add up to 10. So this will also be 5, right? They add up to a total of 5 and these add up to a total of 5. Excellent. And now I can eliminate 4 from this cell, right? Because if you have a 4, this will be a 1 and that is not possible. So this is 1, 2, 3. So basically 1 is in one of these two cells and 4 is in one of these two cells. Excellent. Okay, so this green adds up to 5. So this cannot be 5 anymore because then the total would be adding up to 10. So that becomes a 2, 3, 4. Excellent. So I have a 2, 3, 4 triplet in column 7 now. The moment I eliminated 5 here, it became a triplet. So these are all not 4s. Okay, that is further elimination. Right, where does the 5 go in box 5? 5 must be in one of these two cells. And which means 5 must be in one of these two cells, right? Okay, so now comes the next moment of big pause. So the Sudoku is becoming, you can say, muddier and muddier. So you would have to like kind of get out of the quicksand now. It's very, very difficult to get directions going here. But once you get the idea where the Sudoku's weak point is, you can surely push the right buttons, and then it will be race to the finish. So now let's look at this arrow a little bit deeply. You can see that the last few deductions were coming around this area, so it's better to focus around this area. So if you have a 1 in this cell, then the maximum sum you can get from here is 1 plus 1 plus 4, which is 6. 6 is not possible, so I cannot have a 1 here. This is a really crucial deduction, guys. Okay. And now is the deduction of the Sudoku. I mean, if you find this deduction, you can finish the Sudoku. So if you would like to pause the video here and try to find this deduction, go ahead. I think I more or less gave a spoiler alert here, right? By looking at the digits and everything, you must have guessed. So you can eliminate 3 from this cell at this point. This is the break into the Sudoku, guys. There is no other breaking. You can move around anywhere, but this is the point where the Sudoku really breaks apart. It's very difficult to see. So let's remove these colors now. I'm going to show the exact cells which are very important here. Let's remove these and highlight these cells. This, okay, this and this. So let's remove the stray pencil mark here for now. Well, it's actually not a stray one, but anyway, if I have a 3 in this cell, what happens? Because of this 2, 3, 4 triplet here, 3 is forced here, and 3 plus 6 is minimum 9, right? And now you have a 3 here, so this will be 2, 4, right? And which means this will be a 1, 5, because all these arrows take 1 to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now 1 plus 5 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9. There are 2 9s in column 6. An ultra razor sharp deduction. You see this visually, you're amazing, guys. I mean, you can be rest assured you're a top solver. All the neurons in your brain are firing at rapid pace. This was very difficult for me to see. Took me about 10 to 12 minutes to see. Really, really tough deduction. I was playing around with all sorts of digits, and it was not like it instantly clicked in my brain. It was like I was playing around, and then suddenly I saw something is going wrong, and then I realized that this is the thing that you would have to see in the Sudoku. The most important deduction in this Sudoku. What a difficult one to see at that. Now see what happens after we eliminate 3 from here. Just busts open the Sudoku. So I can't have 3 here, basically because 9 is forced into both of these cells. Now let's remove these colors and put back everything. Right. So 3 can't be here. This has to be a 5. There is no 5 here. Excellent. 5 is already in here. So I have 5 plus 1 here, 6 at least. And you can't have 4. So this is a 2, 3. And now I have a 2, 3 pair. So that is a 4. And now I know these add up to 5. So this will be a 9. Excellent. And you have 4 in one of these two cells. So this will be a 4. So this has to be 1 now. And this will be 2, 3. Right? What a rapid progress now, guys. Sorry. This is 2, 3 and 2, 3. Excellent. And you have 2 here. So this is 3. This is 2. And now let's remove the 2's from here. Okay, so I have 1, 3, 4, 5 quadruple. So 2 goes here. which means this guy right here becomes a 3 and this right here becomes a 6. So this will be a 9. Amazing, guys. Look how the digits are proliferating now. So 9 is not here. This is a 7-8 pair. So this is not a 9, 7-8 again. So what do I do now? 3 is not in these cells. Just so many things to do now. 1 is not here. Okay. So I must have a 3 here, because if not, these two become 4, 5, and 4 plus 5 plus 1 is 10 already. That is a 3. So no 3 here. So I have a 4, 5 pair now. So this is a 1. Excellent. So 2 plus 2 plus 3 is 7. So this is 7, which means these will be 8, 9. All right. Okay. And 1 in this box now has to be here. This is 1. This will be 2, 3. So which means this arrow right here has to be 4 plus 2 or 4 plus 3, which is 6 or 7. You can't have 2 here, because then this becomes 6. Not possible. This has to be a 3. So this means this will be 7. This would be 8. That gives 7 here, gives 9 here, giving 8 here, giving 9 here, giving 7 here. Whatever obstacle the Sudoku was in the Sudoku, in the grid, guys, is absolutely killed now. The moment we deduce this as 5, it's just completely falling apart. I'll say that this is one of the best creations of Akash. Right near the top, he has created a lot of Sudokus, probably around 1000 to 2000 by now, including the ones on his book and his blog. This ranks right up. So this will be 2, 6. And this will be 3, 4, right? Just by Sudoku. Okay, so 4 in here gives me a 3, gives me a 4. This 3 gives me a 2. This is 8, right? It's already done. So let's just mop up these digits. This has to be 4. This has to be 5. Just by seeing the arrow, you can get these digits. And now it's just cleaning up stuff. 6, 8. This would be 4, 6 for the column, right? And now this would be 3, 5. And 3 is in here, so which means this is 3, this is 5. And that produces 5 here. Let's look at row 4 now. 7, 8 are the missing digits. 7 is here, which means 8 and 7. This will be 6, 8, right? This has to be a 9. Missing digit. Okay, there is no 7 here, so this is 8 or a 9. And now look where the 3 goes in row 9. 3 has to be here. Now you can see that these arrows minimum become 4 and 5, right? So that is the absolute maximum that this circle can take, which is 9. Now where does the 8 go in this box, right? By classic, I can place an 8 here. So this will be 6 and 7. No 7 here, so that's a 6. That's a 7. So that gives rise to a 4, a 6, and 5 gives rise to a 4 and 5. This will be 4 and 7. There is a 7 here, 4 here. Let's finish off row 8, 5, 6, and 9. And this will be 1, 2, and 8. And 1 in box 7 has to be here just by classic. And 2 goes here. Let's just do it cleanly. This will be 8 and this will be a 2. So you can see that there is no time to even breathe after putting this digit there. It's just falling apart like dominoes, right? So many digits. 1, 8, 9, 2, 3, 4, and 7. This would be 5, 6. That's a 6 and that's a 5. So let's get this done. 6, 8, 8, 6. These will be 1, 7, 8. And 1 goes here by Sudoku. This will be 7, 8. So 7 and 8. These will be 2, 4, and 9. So 2 and 9 gives me a 4 here. And these will be a 2, 9. So this will be a 2 and this will be a 9. These will be 5, 6. These will be 7, 8. These will be 3, 4, and 9. Right? 4 in here, so that gives 4 here, which means this is 3, 9. 9 is in here, so which means this is 3 and this is 9. Wow, wrappers are being thrown all across the place in utter joy. I don't know why I get the inclination to say that every time I see wrappers being thrown out of that. 9, 9, 9 goes here. This would be 5, 6. And that 5 gives a 6 here and a 5 here. That 5 gives a 6 here, a 5 here. So 2 gives a 6 here and a 2 here. So 7 and 8. And with that, we have completed this one of a kind arrow Sudoku from Akash. What a wonderful Sudoku. Can keep singing praises about the Sudoku. This really kind of made my day yesterday after completing this. I was so satisfied in finding that reduction at row 5 C8. That is the break into the Sudoku. So please do share your thoughts under the video and hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you soon again. Until then, bye-bye.